it seems that our goal, even though we're in a body, and because we're in bodies, we have dichotomies. You know, there's up and down. There's you and me. There's female and male. There's east and west, and so on. And it's very hard for us to contemplate a world in which there are no opposites.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. I mean, it's just the only time I ever get even close to experiencing that is when I'm in a deep meditation.
Yeah, in fact, meditation is good exactly for that reason, because you lose yourself, you lose your physical body, because as long as you are in a physical body, as long as we are in a physical body, we are in this world of duality, because then there is a separation between you and me. When we can forget or lose our physical body, and that's in the state of meditation, then there's no separation, because in actuality, our consciousness is one. We're connected. You and I, we share the same consciousness, as do you and I. And from that realm, I could see as to how it was like one big, complete tapestry. And each and every one of us are like this thread woven in the tapestry to make this complete tapestry. But we're all connected. That means even without words. I mean, to give you an example, I wrote this piece on the internet, but you found me, and you actually, Hay House, tracked me down and sent me that email. It took them 5 months. But the moment they found me was the exact moment that I was ready and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. And
so it's the whole universe, and every act and every thought and it's still all interconnected.
It's all connected. We're all one. We're all part of one consciousness.
So hard for us to get that, isn't it? Because it's just so big, and there's so many of us, and there's billions of us, and we each have these thoughts. But I think the dream state is such a good analogy. It's analogous to just briefly understanding for a moment what it must be like to be in a place where there is nothing but love. It's like the metaphor I use is a house on the sun, you know, because it's on the sun and it's the source of light. There can never be darkness. Darkness is just not a possibility. When you're with the source, when you're with God, when you're with the source of living from God realization, you're with the source of love.
And exactly like you say, imagine if you're living on the sun. When you're living on the sun, you don't know darkness, you don't know nighttime, there's only sun. That's what it's like. It's living in pure love. And it's almost like we choose to come here. It felt to me like to be able to come into this physical life, into this world, is a gift. It's actually a gift. We get this choice to come. And as much as many people feel they're suffering, we actually choose to come here to experience this duality, to actually get to know who we truly are. Because in that realm, we can't know who we are. We can't know how we react in circumstances, because there is only love.
But do you think we can get to non-duality in this body that we're in this ego state that we live in?
I don't think we can get 100%. But meditation really helps us to deal with being in duality. It helps us to deal with the frustration of being in duality.
Who chooses the life that we have? Is it just luck, random, or do we consciously choose the experiences that we'll have? Because it seems that some people have a disproportionately fabulous life, and some people have an incredibly challenged life.
I would say that we always have the free will or the choice as to whether to follow our destiny or not. And our destiny is whatever is our highest potential. We chose to come here. I believe we chose to come here to fulfill our highest potential. But we don't always do that. And we have the choice as to do that or not. And I wasn't doing that, hence my body was trying to tell me that, and I didn't listen to the signals, and therefore I got sick. And so I did suffer. So even though my life appears to be great now, I did have to go through a lot of suffering to get here. And now I understand that whatever is our destiny is the highest potential that we actually chose, but we don't always choose it.
I love what Viktor Frankl said also when he quoted Dostoevsky, "Am I worthy of my suffering?" Because one of the ways we find meaning in our life is through our suffering. Probably the greatest meanings in some of the stories that I've told you in here came out of some of the deepest and darkest and toughest times in my life. And it was almost as if the impersonal self, as if God, the infinite intelligence, whatever it is, said, I can't get you to get to where you need to go, where you came to go, without pushing you down here. You know, as Oscar Wilde said, we're all in the gutter. We're all in the gutter. But some of us are looking at the stars. You know, we're all in the gutter.